All of you know about the most broken meta jungles in the game, but what about a champion that can actually go toe to toe with them? And here we have XIN ZHAO. This champion does way too much damage, and all thanks to the power of two things: Yumu's Ghostblade and Silent Impact. The moment you assemble a serrated dog and, well, just dash into somebody's face, you instantly kill them. And after watching this video, you will understand the sheer power this champion is able to put out and what you can do specifically with this champion's early power. For the rune setup, we have in the bottom left Phase Rush into a full resolve tree, like a full fist fight constellation of runes, making us so unbelievably tanky just from runes alone that you have no idea how much damage you can soak during the early stages, as well as scaling, because Overgrowth in the jungle is a very powerful rune. It simply never stops scaling, and it's just so good to have. Also, in case many of you didn't know, starting with your second ability in the jungle is actually faster, and the reason for this is the following. You hit twice with a very big chunk of damage, like you see? And not only this, you can also leash the next camp with this. And then on level 2, you can finally utilize the attack speed of your third ability and just be absolutely joyful, because your damage is absolutely crazy. Also, take a look how he keeps the jungle clear relatively clean. Also trying to last hit all the little wolves at the same time, because if you mess up your melee auto attacks, it can actually happen that you mismatch the kill timer and therefore not hit level 2 early enough, level 3 early enough. And he transitions very nicely, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets like a very good... I think he could have done this a little bit better by hitting the second ability over the wall to the red buff, and then already early leash the red buff. That could have saved, I think, like 1 to 2 seconds perhaps. And it's just something that's like optimizing, right? And I just really like looking at these things and be like, okay, that's a genuine possibility. Now it's 1:30 in the game. He's full resolve tree, don't forget that, so his jungle clear is absolutely insanely fast. 2 wards spotted here, another 60 gold into the clutches of that man. And the enemy jungler was also spotted transitioning to the other side. So this will guarantee this Scuttle Crab and as well granting him a level 5. With level 5 in the pocket, it's very unlikely that something is going to happen, because his bot lane is recalling, which means nothing can be achieved. So he has to recall as well. With that done, he will buy Gluttonous Grease and then most likely either run straight bot lane or he looks for a play on the top lane. He might be able to look for a play in the enemy jungle if there's anything available. Aurelia isn't the fastest clearing, and she transitioned towards Scuttle, so she's very much delayed. We know the Scuttle is probably taken already, and if the brand walks up to a little bit too much, she just instantly dies. So now the flash will be gone, is gone, flashes in the second ability, uses the phase rush and the smite to get closer, and helps the Swain to push out the wave. This crab should most likely be gone, there's just no way it's not gone, yep, and maybe Aurelia is... nah, there's no way, she's fully cleared the jungle. And now he goes for a gank onto the Yasuo. Needs to be careful though, because the Yasuo can just dash away. However, he has Phase Rush. Ooh, the Yasuo goes in for the ultimate, but it will not be enough. Instantly, that the Swain even predicted a potential flash. Doesn't touch the wave. Very nice. The wave is now slow pushing into his teammate. Very important as a jungle. Please take a look at the wave state of your laner and don't mess it up unless there's like a specific reason. If it's terrible and slow pushing into the enemy, please push it, even if your laner gets angry. You just have to do it or you'll just get killed on cooldown. And yeah, if it's good for your laner, don't touch it. Oh, did the Brand spot him? Apparently not. Mr. Brand, you do not have flash, and we have tier 2 boots. We're gonna run you down. What are you gonna do? Dash in, Swain flashes over the wall and secures. He even lets the kill to the XIN ZHAO. What a nice guy. And you see the sustain he has, just with Gluttonous Grease and the passive, it's kinda cracked. And whenever he faces an enemy, he quite literally just one-taps you. If he dashes at you, and there's a little trick by the way, you can pre-stack your first ability on minions or monsters like twice, and then dash an enemy and instantly knock them up. You have to have that on your mind. It's such a nice combo, which... if you, for example, go for a dive and the minion wave is stacked on the tower, you just Q the tower with 2 hits, and then you're absolutely fine, because, well, you just instantly knock up the enemy and there's no more counterplay. And Mr. Brand hasn't learned his lesson, doesn't have flash. Goodbye, good sir, you are gone. What a poor soul. There's just no hope for the man anymore. He just gets collected over and over again. And let me actually attach the cable to my headset, otherwise I'll be deaf for the future. And yeah, picks up the Yomus now he has infinite speed. Like, he is literally speed himself with Phase Rush and Yomus Ghostblade. Also his damage and his tankiness. Like, his health bar is not his true health bar. Bone Plating and Nullify God provide him with so much more. And they're apparently going for a dragon play. Since the Urgot is dead on the other side of the map, he doesn't really have much choice. His entire team goes for a dragon-centric play, which is going to be an Ocean Dragon, which is not going to provide you with much. Now think about this. At best, it's an Ocean Soul, and what does an Ocean Soul grant you? But what else is he supposed to do? Otherwise, he'd have to walk to the Herald alone, and that would be probably suicide. And yeah, he assumes the Herald's already gone, so he doesn't even waste his time, but just straight up walking there. He just wanted to clear the vision. And yeah, his teammates are looking for a play here. Yasuo on the run hits the knock-up and the flash, but the Yumi's on the back of the XIN ZHAO until Yasuo will be taken down, ran down in fact. Now the XIN ZHAO is on the lookout for potential new victims. If there's anything available. Sadly, no camps are here. So he will just... Ooh, their chicken just respawned, so you get level 9 of these chickens. And now Swain is going for rotation onto the other side of the map, whereas the XIN ZHAO is basically forced to just keep farming, whereas the Irelia walks mid lane to proc the Herald. And now the XIN ZHAO doesn't really have the ability to fight, right? He can't really just walk after, because he will not be fast enough to get there. And yeah, sadly there will be a lot of gold for the Irelia and the Brand, making life a little bit more difficult. I think Brand isn't even that bad this game, considering the chunkiness of the people. And now he's gonna probably pick up a Sheen, or does he go for the attack speed stuff? I'm curious. Picks up the Phage for the movement speed, if I'm... No, he first picked up the Phage and now he just goes back and buys the Sheen. Sheen adding more burst damage, Phage more mobility and tankiness. But yeah, the additional Spellblade proc is going to hurt a lot, because in an all-in you will just easily get 2 or 3 of them. And the damage is going to be nuts. And this Swain is constantly rotating, and the Irelia is ganking top, going for a big combo here. Both ultimates being used on the other side of the map, and the Zeri is recalling with the Yuumi, so the Swain can't really accomplish anything. Now it seems like they go for a swap, trying to help the Urgot to just recover a tiny bit. Or not. Well, now you're alone here against potentially 3 people. Nami Wave coming in, no Yasuo ult being available, has to use his ultimate to escape. 4 people actually being here, big damage being thrown at the enemy. Shutdown is collected, Yasuo has to be kited a tiny bit, but look at the damage of this XIN ZHAO. He's... no way, man. 1 HP. You're joking. Depression has a name again. And it's that event. Now the Swain is just diving here, not giving a single damn about anything. And yeah, XIN ZHAO on his track now apparently to Collector. I don't know what's wrong with the obsession of Collector. I mean, you're running Sudden Impact, so at least Collector gains, like, increases in value, but why not just go Starax? You have Overgrowth, you have Trinity Force, you have 2 sources of health, so Starax becomes very powerful. You also level 10, by completing it you'll probably be level 12, so you gain like at least 50 AD from that item. Plus 400 health, plus the bonus shielding, which makes you even tankier, so... I don't know, I'm just always kind of confused with the obsession of Collector, or with Collector. Because I think many people make the mistake, the enemies always live with 1 HP, so Collector would kill them. Yes, but would you even deal as much damage? Like, would you not just deal more damage with another item? And if you have Collector on a champion that usually doesn't buy Collector, do you want to flip the coin and hope you actually crit? And if you do crit, why not just go for another crit item? So yeah, but in this case, it synergizes with Yuuma's Ghostblade, Sudden Impact, and Collector itself, so you have 10 plus 15 plus 13 pen, which is not that low. You deal a lot of extra damage to squishy targets, because they have relatively low armor value. And then after this, you'll go for a Mortal Reminder in this build, making effectively sure that any non-tanky target basically gets one-tapped. Like, you just jump them and they dissipate. And just so important with the overgrowth to look at all the camps on the map just farming so much. Looking at the red buff now, looking at the next potential fight at the dragon. This will be the second dragon for this game and also potentially a soul point for the Ocean Soul next time. The Swain just hit the Yasuo, but nothing really happened because, well, the Yasuo shielding is cool. Enemy starts off this dragon relatively early. The brand is not in a position to join, it's just isolated on the right side. The Yasuo is in front, what gets knocked up here. Well, the Zeri jumps in with big damage, he secures the smite here, gets knocked up by the Yasuo and instantly ulti. Like, this guy was in the air longer than any pilot I've ever seen. But now the XIN ZHAO will fall, but the Zeri will certainly turn this around, jumps over the wall, gets one, gets stunned by the brand, will run down the brand will flash over the wall, but the Zeri flashes after, and now just one person is left on the map who's escaping from the Zeri by recall, whereas the Urgot is running down side lane. Wowee. But yeah, the XIN ZHAO was stuck in air so long. It was crazy. Like, that guy was never gonna go down again. This man's damage is about to go nuclear. Cause look, he has this rated Doug. He has the extra pen. And if he flips the coin right and he crits with the power of the Cloak of Agility, well, let's see. Hopefully he crits. Oh, no crit. No crits? Forehead? Well, he crit once. This Nami seemed very tanky. What the hell did she build? She seemed way too tanky. Bran just being an annoying little piece of a goblin. But now we'll collect the red buff. Quick little red buff in invade mission. What the hell did Nami build? Come on, show us for a little bit longer. I do not want to haunt the viewers by pausing and going back to take a look. Come on, I know you can do it. Nami is the bottom right, come on. What is it? Show me again! And by the way, like, how many times have you seen XIN ZHAO in recent games and how crazy is this champion? Like, how batshit insane is this champion's damage? Luckily, he is not the strongest late game character, however, you can almost always guarantee a trade 1-for-1. Thanks to your ultimate ability where you can just walk away, especially with the power of Phase Rush. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, getting closer. Haven't Collector picked up now. Now more AD being picked up as well. Level 13 also under the belt. Voice messages being sent as we speak. Making sure there is action and fun to be had. Quick little escape here, one-tapping the Yasuo, protobelling away, getting collected. Well, Collector. Already doing its job. Now they instantly ping for the Baron. It's a 30-minute Baron, so Baron dies really fast, so you don't really have to worry about taking too long. Clearing the ward in the pit. The XIN ZHAO doesn't really have any interest in starting it right now, but the Swain is already taken the entire time. Look at the Lucian's damage. Damn. Kind of popping that XIN ZHAO. And they really, like, his Swain is tanking this stuff for like ages, losing all his HP and being quite literally unable to do anything. And now the XIN ZHAO is on a mission. The Urgot is split pushing into XIN ZHAO is on his side lane mission, clearing up this wave really fast, getting even more overgrowth stack. Because look, all of these minions, all of these cannons are juicy overgrowth stacks you do not want to miss out on. Aurelia being seen here, Lucian as well, so the Nami will be here as well. Yasuo not here, so the lockdown is definitely mitigated, it's not as rough. Oh, he sneaks in, he finds the Lucian, he goes in and he one-taps the Lucian. No prisoners for that kind of team, just one-tapping people. And now this should spell for Baron, but I wonder, what is the risk gonna be? We have the Urgot on the other side of the map, he will definitely be the Guys, what do you mean fight? Like, he needs to do Baron. Like, you see on the minimap, like, the Urgot is split pushing, so you need to capitalize on that split push to just get Nasher. And he nearly survived as well. I think he died to the Ignite of the Yasuo. There's no way Brent steals this. No way. Okay. He even took his time just to make sure that the explosion doesn't leave the Baron at awkward HP, since he was tanking for a brief time, so his damage was mitigated or lowered. And they will pick up Baron, and most likely Dragon Soul. However, it's just an Ocean Dragon Soul. Like, what is it gonna do? And if you're wondering why did XIN ZHAO, take a good look how fast it's gonna be up again. Like, you're just gonna spam his first ability, and this thing is gonna be up so fast. And he will recall after his jungle anyway, so there's going to be some downtime, which means losing it will not be that detrimental. The Magnetron? Is it called Magnetron? I forgot the name because nobody ever built it since it got changed. Like, people only started building once it got changed. Yumi picking up the blue buff, making sure I had to have enough mana to go for the play. Would really love to see a Zeke's on the Yumi just for the extra on it magic damage, just to be like a little bit of a little more of a one-tapper. Brand in the side here, having the crown, but even with the crown he nearly gets popped here. Looking for a play, dashes in, finds everyone, presses ult, flashes out, yeets away with the speed of light. Yasuo goes for a combo with the Keyblade, I think it was, and just knocks him off. What was that damage? 853 plus 300 or something? He just got 1100 damage into his face. Huh? How is that legal? And I think, this game, instead of Guardian Angel, why not just go Death Stance? I think Death Stance is vastly superior to GA. Like, GA grants you armor and AD and the passive that revives you, but look at the enemy champions. Like, they have so much physical burst damage. Why not just take the DD to mitigate the burst damage, and then as you kill someone, which your champion is designed to do since you just one-tap somebody, you just get back the HP you lost, or that was converted into the debuff, back as a healing, plus the additional healing on top. So, like, I think Death Stance is just a heavily underrated item for how much it does for you. And Death Stance, if you think like it's not a tank item, Death Stance is a really good tank item. Because you need to think about this. The damage you take, the physical damage you take, is converted into a damage over time effect. Which means effectively, if you take physical damage, you take so much less. And then you just heal up the portion that got converted into a dot damage that is still in store. And the item can multi-proc during a team fight and is not as expensive. Whereas GA, you go in, you go down, and then you just sit there. So I'm never really a fan of Guardian Angel. I rather prefer Sterak's or Death Stance because it just provides you with more. But with GA, people get mind controlled and like, hey, yes, GA, don't hit him. Now we find the enemy, we dash in, we find the Yasuo, we proc the ultimate, we cannot really die right now, run on the Yasuo, Yasuo dies, the bubble connects, and we are getting halted in advances. But now the enemy has to make a very, very grave decision. Can they contest us at this Elder Dragon, or can they trade for a Baron? Technically speaking, if the enemy team gets Baron, it's gonna be fine, because we can't really force a play, I think. Even with Elder, we don't have the capabilities unless we just want to go in. Aurelia dashes in, finds the enemy, finds Zeri in the backline. Will Zeri actually die? XIN ZHAO on the move, tries to locate the nearest enemy. Aurelia kills Zeri in the backline, is still alive. She votes instant FF, typical AD carry behavior, you know how it goes. Brand is just looking for a play here, avoids the stun, has to turn around. This fight is getting really, really, really messy. Lucian dashes forward, the Nami wave comes in, turns around, avoids the stun by the Brand, nearly one-taps the Lucian, has flash available, doesn't get here, dashes over the wall, finishes the Nami, runs after the Lucian, has cooldowns available, gets a Yumi buff. Will he flash after? He doesn't even have to. He will snipe this one. Yoink! And he is collected. Now the next one, the Brand is on the menu. Will he actually go in? Does go in. Goes for the Magnetron, quick little charge here, quick little combo. And now the Yasuo is in the backline. Yasuo gets the kill here. The Aurelia is here, goes for the flash combo, goes for an easy kill, goes for an insta kill to the Yasuo. The Yasuo is on 1 HP and actually manages to kill. And then we'll end the game through bot lane. There was a crazy pentakill. He just said, nope. Uno reverse card, you're done. I'm the winner, you're the loser. Take that L, bozo. And with that, will be at the end of the video, but I will let you enjoy the item builds at the end, because they always show the item builds. Make sure to subscribe to them, check them out in the description below. And obviously, if you like the channel and what I'm doing, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well, and come back for more RiftGuides content, because there will always be more. And he also had 2 fortitude marks. He was ballin'. What a gamer. And yeah, that marks the end for this video, so enjoy the item builds.